Okay, boxing fans. New segment. This is called Casuals Cunty Comments, Volume 1. And this is about those casual fans that can't help but share their opinion with you, even though it's as useful as, basically, my opinion on Ebola. I'm not a health worker. I don't have anything to do with medicine. So why would anyone want my opinion on how to cure Ebola? They wouldn't. And that's why I don't want no casual's opinion on boxing. Especially when you're telling me I'm wrong. Okay. So my one for this one is, today I was personally told by one person, that Keith Thurman, the welterweight, will be a good fight for Triple G Gennady Golovkin, the middleweight. In fact, he said Triple G must fight Keith Thurman. He must fight him. Keith Thurman is ready now. And I just said to him, with it, whoa. Are you saying that the welterweight Keith Thurman is good enough today, to fight Triple G, the middleweight? And he said, yeah. And I went, is this also the probable, guy who weighs in above super middleweight? Possibly, in his last fight at least, did weigh in above super middleweight. He said yes. He expects Keith Thurman to beat Triple G if they fought tomorrow. And then when I said to him, what makes you think that, he said this, and I was actually impressed that he said a name, but I wasn't impressed with the context. He said, well, because Henry Armstrong moved from featherweight to welterweight, Keith Thurman can do it too. And I was thinking, what the fuck are you on about, man? What do you guys think about that shit? I've heard some shit, but come on. What have you guys got to say about that?
It's just fucking ridiculous. Like.
Do you actually think...
my eyes are watering, man.
Do you think Keith Thurman, to be honest, someone, I'm going to start with Kinky, could Keith Thurman compete with a middleweight, any middleweight, at world level?
It's definitely not a top 10 middleweight.
In his first fight at middleweight tomorrow, let's say the fight's tomorrow.
No, not at all. I mean, I like Keith Thurman, yeah, I think he's a good prospect, but he hasn't even beaten any top 10 guys in the welterweight division at 147. Never mind jumping up against the fucking, a murderer at fucking 160. Come on, man. Like I say, I'm a big Keith Thurman fan, I am, but...
I've always put a bit of money on Keith. I've always been happy to jump on the Keith Thurman bandwagon. When the time calls for it, and when I want to see good fights, I'll fight Thurman. If you're a welterweight, that is. If you're a welterweight, you know what I mean. And if the guy said, I want to see someone like Andrade fight Keith Thurman, I'll say, yeah, they've got history as amateurs. He's up one weight limit. I'm sure Keith can jump one weight limit, have a warm up fight, test the water,
he did fight
and then have a fight.
Quintana at fucking 154, didn't he?
I think so, yeah.
He did have one fight.
Test the water at that weight, and then fight for a world title. But not jump 2 weights and just use, one of the greatest fighters of all time as your keystone point in the argument. Are you trying to say that Keith Thurman today is an all-time great fighter, one of the top 10 fighters in the world that ever has been? Is that what he's trying to say? Is Keith Thurman, come on guys, someone talk to me, Rory, is Keith Thurman one of the greatest fighters in boxing ever?
It's bollocks. Don't get me wrong, I think Keith Thurman's a great prospect. I really like Keith Thurman. I'm a Keith Thurman fan. But 9 times out of 10, you only move up a weight is 1, if you've cleaned up the division you're already in. 2, you can't make weight at the division you're in. Or 3, you're just not getting the fights at the division you're in. I'd say the third one, to an extent, is true, but that's only because Keith Thurman is feared at 147 to an extent. But he quite easily makes 147. He's certainly not cleaned up the 147 division. He's not even won a world title. And people want to put him in against, like you said, the murderer that Golovkin is. Just, you're talking out your arse. Let's be honest, you are.
Give Keith a break, for fuck's sake, innit?
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
What's Keith done to you?
I don't want him to be dead. Yeah.
What's Keith done to him?
Innit?
Trying to ruin the guy's life.
You saved your life or something, pal.
Yeah, exactly. Why would you do that? Why would you want to kill Keith Thurman? He wants to kill Keith. Whoever it is wants to kill Keith Thurman. He wants him dead.
Do you know what the worst thing is? He tagged him in the post too. I was thinking, Keith didn't even comment back. I was like, yeah, that tells you how much he wants it.
I was like, he wants to comment anything about them fighting Triple G. Jesus.
Keith Thurman's usually like, I'll take on anyone, I'll fight him. Yeah, I'll fight him. He's like, you've even lost me on that one, pal.
Fuck right up.
Probably DM'd him saying, shut the fuck up, man. Why you made me look a pussy on Twitter?
Sounds some fury he'll call out anyone, but you've certainly never heard him call out Triple G, and he's a heavyweight, so forget it.
Forget that. Man, who else has got one? Who else has got one of these casual cunty comments?
Oh, go on, go on then, Paul.
Go on, Rory, you got him before me.
Alright, save it best to last. Yeah, a lovely comment I saw on Twitter that was, if David Haye is confirmed for the undercard of the Beverly 2 fight, it'll be the best undercard in Britain we've had in the past 5 years. Still not justifying pay-per-view, but whatever. So, let's not open up that can of worms, Jesus.
So straight away what we're saying is, just because David Haye's on the undercard, it's automatically the best undercard that it's ever been in the world. Well,
the enigma that is David Haye.
Yeah. The guy who is currently, if he's on the undercard today, he'll be fighting TBA.
Guy who's not fought in 2 years.
Yeah.
Most likely fight on bum.
Guy who's pulled out of every fight he's had for the last since his order, yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Great.
Brilliant.
Got my money.
Best pay-per-view ever.
Yeah.
Who else we got?
Tell me where to spend my £15. These on the card, then you're gonna have to pry me away from the TV.
Exactly.
James the Gale versus Marco Antonio loser Periban. That's brilliant too. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Brilliant. We got that guy.
I mean, I'll be honest and say,
it's not that bad, I don't reckon. I don't mind that much, mate. But
that one's not as bad, but because he needs a keep busy fight. But Jesus,
Scott Quinn versus man from the kebab shop, as usual.
That's the one.
Jamie McConnell against some fucking loser, probably.
Yeah, well, what the other one is the quick fight is just a chippy dispute. The guy said to Quick...
Guy's not paid for the sausage.
Yeah. The guy said to
he asked for gravy and he got curry. He was
for gravy. I want some hot chili on my kebab. He gave him...
wasn't warm enough.
Yeah. He gave him tomato sauce. They're having a dispute. They're going to sell it in the ring.
What's that? Like real man, yeah.
Yeah.
But
it goes down on the streets of Bury, mate.
Yeah. I hate to say this, but if you take the individual British fighters all on one show, that's not bad. If you look at who the fuck they're fighting, it's fucking horrendous.
I know, that's what the point is. People don't go there nowadays. Don't go there nowadays to see a competitive fight. They go there just to see the A side, the one side fighting against Tomato Can.
They want to see their guy win. They can't hack him losing,
Exactly.
Like once he loses, they don't support boxing anymore. Then
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
That's it. That's what's happening in Scotland. Bye bye, Ricky Burns. You ain't getting a show in years. Right, anyway, I digress.
Go on, Paul. Hit us with yours.
Anthony Joshua is the biggest puncher in the heavyweight division since George Foreman. So Anthony Joshua is so fucking amazing, and I bet he could beat 300 Spartans on his own. Guy could have stopped Troy.
This is Joshua. It's not
Anthony Joshua could have beaten all those Greeks in that wooden horse, man. Troy wouldn't have fell if he had Anthony Joshua.
Joshua does 10 cock push-ups a day, mate. He's fucking nailed.
Joshua knocked out Price, Derek Chisora and Fury all without throwing a punch.
Muhammad Ali thinks fucking 4 minutes hard, and he's fucking. He better thank his lucky stars that Anthony Joshua wasn't around in his era.
Yeah. If Joshua would have been there that night in Zaire, mate, fucking good night, Ali,
I know. Hand speed of Ali, left jab of Holmes, right hook of Shavers, ER skills of a PM.
Yeah. See, the thing is like, all these fucking fanboy tossers, they make you hate these fighters. It's like I like Joshua, and I like a lot of these English guys, but these fucking fanboys and Matchroom, they make me want them to lose just to fuck them off, you know? Like, and it's fucking horrible.
That's the thing, man. Casuals come and go. Casuals come and go for a big fight. But ever since Joshua's turned professional, I've noticed that more and more of them are hanging around.
Yeah.
And it's fucking annoying. Every time Anthony Joshua fights, everyone, literally, on Twitter and on Facebook, is people who never talk about boxing, ever.
Yeah.
They're all talking about him. I feel like saying to him, fuck off. Like, leave my sport alone.
Yeah, that's it.
You're going to be watching my sport. Fucking learn the first thing about it. Do you know what I mean?
Same at work, mate. People who never ever talk about boxing. Oh, Joshua's the fucking best thing since sliced bread. He's going to win this, that, and the other. Next year he'll beat fucking... Basically just reiterating what fucking, you know, Eddie Earns give them their opinion on boxing. And that's what they're sticking to.
That's
you know?
basically it.
And it's
Eddie
like,
Earns give you your opinion.
I argue back, you know, the guy that watches boxing every fucking week, saying, let's wait till someone hits him on chin. And someone comes thinking he can actually win the fight. Yeah? And we'll see how good he is. I'm not saying he isn't good. I'm not saying he isn't going to win the title. He might do, but the same people were wanking over David Price, 3-4 years ago, right? And then once he's lost to fucking Tony Thompson twice, now he's a bum. What are they going to do if Joshua gets beat? He's a fucking bum, is he? And it'll be the next one. You know, get a fucking grip, people.
Exactly, that's the point, because now I see that all the time. Oh, and I thought I'd put one amongst the chickens. You know what I mean? I put the cat amongst the chickens a while back. I put down on this boxing page. I went. I don't know if everyone's know, but I don't know if it's true. Actually, straight up, don't know if it's true. It could be totally false, right? But I heard in sparring, David Price knocked Anthony Joshua unconscious. Could be true, could be false.
I've heard that as well.
Now, it just turns out it's been confirmed on both sides. It's true, right? And people will go and say, oh, no. Anthony Joshua can't get knocked out. Anthony Joshua can't get knocked out. Then some other people will go in from the other angle, oh, it doesn't matter if he gets knocked out. It's only sparring. If you get knocked out,
only learning.
Yeah, if you get knocked out with a high gear on, bigger gloves, it could happen again. You got to accept it could happen again. You know, with smaller gloves and no head
gloves
guard.
Are half the size.
Yeah, it could happen again in a real fight. You know what I mean? And people are like getting bullheads about it. People are getting bullheads about it. I'm thinking, Jesus, it's boxing. It happens.
You say something bad about him, and you know you think you'd come into their house on Christmas morning pissed on the kids, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Ridiculous, like.
No, it's honestly like you've broke into their house on Christmas Eve, stole the presents.
Yep.
No,
like come and shag them on. Like fucking hell, chill out. Like.
I mean, look, do you know who he reminds me quite a lot of? Frank Bruno.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Right. Frank Bruno got cracked on the chin and he went down. He got a lot of knockout wins as well. Like almost every win of his was by knockout. Almost like Joshua, right? And you know, I'm not saying he's not a bad. They're both good fighters. Are they going to turn on Joshua if he gets a knockout loss, but then later on comes back to win a world title?
Of course they will, man. They'll fuck off, just like they did with Price.
Yeah.
As Kingy said, it's sad that I think this way, but part of me wants that to happen. I want these fucking idiots who know nothing about the sport, or think they know something about the sport, but don't know half as much as they think. I want them to fucking go away and just leave boxing to the regular fans.
Yeah.
Like me
and
Kingy
care about it, and you know. Yeah.
Me and Kingy were talking the other night while we were waiting for the boxing to come on. We were talking about the old school fighters, guys from the 20s, 30s, and so on. And these guys were taking losses, and it was alright because they were learning, and they were having like 300 fights. And some of these guys, even though they've got maybe say 20 losses, they had like 300 wins. And you got to think that's amazing. You know what I mean? Boxing fans should learn about these fighters, read some books, do some research, learn something. Don't just come in with your uninformed, stupid opinions that have been formulated by another guy. There's the other one we could have talked about, which was Barry Hearn saying that Joshua is going to be the greatest ever heavyweight. Greatest ever? How can you tell based on his first, 6, 7, 8 fights?
What he actually put in the paper was, he hits harder than Ernie Shavers, he's got a better left jab than Larry Holmes, he's lighter on his feet than Muhammad Ali, and, what was the other one?
Got the PR skills of it's something about his trainer being fucking the dog's boss.
Yeah, he's got the trainer he's got a really aggressive trainer who knows how to get the best out of him and all this, like.
What the fuck was he, you know? He's never is he in the gym with him every day?
I know, well, one, I think it's it's an underground little theory that he should change his trainer. People keep saying he should change his trainer. You know, so his trainer's shit. Number one, let's not brag about it. He's never had a world champion.
No, he's had Darren Barker.
He's had Darren Barker.
All right, he's had one world champion. I'll take that back. He's had Darren Barker, but other than that, he's never had a world champion.
He's never had a fighter of note, I think, apart from Darren Barker. I think Kevin Mitchell trains with him now. But,
yeah, I think
Ricky
Burns.
Ricky Burns does.
And Ricky Burns, but those guys have come very recently.
They haven't looked any good under him. These are not guys who are like setting the world on fire, are they? So.
I mean, he's better than that cocksucker Gallagher, like, but you know, fucking who in? That's another fucking a whole different video.
Got an direct message.
He's in.
Couple of hours long, I think.
Kid Galahad shouldn't fight Scott Quigg because he gets seriously hurt. Why don't you get in the ring and fucking prove it then? Get that splat.
Well, it's like just
Kid Galahad would fucking school Scott Quigg. He would fucking school him.
Even for people who think Scott Quigg would beat Kid Galahad, instead of fucking just talking about how much you beat him up and how much he's not on your level, get in the ring and prove it, because there's money in that fight. It's not as if that fight would be pointless. A lot of people would like to see it. It would probably make a lot of money. I'd much rather see that than see Scott Quigg fucking take on the bin man.
Yeah, and it should really just be for fucking Kid Galahad's European title, because that's the only title that's worth anything that could be on the line anyway.
Exactly. But like I said,
he's got well more merit.
Joe Gallagher could have a whole fucking segment on his own.
Yeah.
To be honest, he chats so much shit.
Yeah.
Well, it's like just to kind of talk on the sort of casual front of things. There was something that I saw doing the rounds on social media about how there's loads of people who wear like t-shirts with bands on, and they won't have a clue. They couldn't even tell you one song, but they'll quite happily wear a Guns N' Roses t-shirt or a Ramones t-shirt. Someone basically said, unless you can answer a quiz about that band and get 51% or more correct, you're not allowed to wear that t-shirt. And I think the same should be applicable for boxing. Yeah. You can't pass some sort of boxing test. Yeah. If you can't get half of it right, then you're just not allowed to have an opinion. Just fuck off.
Or just don't tell me. You can have their opinion. Just don't tell me I'm wrong. You know,
exactly.
Don't tell me I'm wrong when I know more about boxing than you do. When I've read more books about boxing.
Exactly. It's like when you go up to a biologist and saying, my opinion's better than yours because you don't know fuck all. It's like, well, he's been doing it for 25 years and I don't know dick about it. Like,
he's got a doctorate.
So I wouldn't be that naive to go and try it, you know.
It's a joke.
No, fuck it. I'm not having a democracy. Fuck them. They're just not allowed an opinion.
Yeah.
Sorry. No.
Kingy, what was your one?
Mine was quite hilarious, to be honest. It was that Callum Smith is is going to be the best fighter that Liverpool's ever produced.
He is the best fighter.
Which I argued better than John Cunty. Yeah, well, I'm sorry, John Cunty would knock him out now, I reckon. Callum Smith has done nothing, and he's bowled over a load of bombs. Yeah.
John Cunty was fighting in the late one of the last good eras of boxing. 15 rounders. How many world titles?
Light heavyweight division was a fantastic division when he was around as well. You know.
How many world titles were in the division then? Was it only one or two?
Two. There was WBA and WBC.
So there's only two. Only two world titles. So he hasn't got. Callum Smith's got twice the opportunity to actually win something.
So good, I think he was in Muhammad Ali's camp, training camp.
Jesus. Yeah.
Well,
train with Muhammad Ali.
This, that, and the other. Go and put him in with fucking Groves at the Gale and fucking see what happens to him.
Put him in with someone
fucking annihilated, just like his brother did.
Callum Smith has been fighting Knick-Knack for fucking James Bond. That little guy who fucking sits on the podium and starts saying fucking weird things.
The last guy he fought was actually he started boxing as a welterweight. A welterweight.
Let's not forget the bomber as well.
Jesus.
Full pride, baby.
I can't even. I mean, is he even actively the best guy from Liverpool now? Boxer from Liverpool now?
No.
Probably not.
I don't even think he's the best of the Smith brothers so far that I've seen. I think Stephen's better than him, and I don't really rate him. But I think he's the best out of all of them, to be honest. We see what happened to him when he went in against Selby. And he got fucking knocked the fuck out, didn't he? So.
Well, like I said, once again, he's not even fought a competitive fight yet. So for him to be the greatest fighter, the greatest fighter Liverpool's ever produced, just beggars belief. That's another one of those. Don't tell me your opinion. Don't tell me your opinion.
Lads, you'll probably know better than me, but like former Liverpool world champions, obviously John Cunty.
Okay, it depends. You could count Paul Butler. He's from Ellesmere Port, but a lot of people count that as Liverpool.
Well, yeah, count that as Liverpool. Yeah.
Tony Bellew.
No.
But still.
Tony Bellew, the fucking WBC silver champion.
I'm only joking.
Rocky Fielding. Yeah.
That could be a good fight. He could fight him.
That would be a good fight. Why are these fights not being made where, two guys close to being, getting towards the top 10 and that, and they're not fighting each other? You win that fight and it pushes you right up there. I just don't see why they don't take them.
You know why, don't they? Because if one can get one title, one can get another title, that'll be there or thereabouts, then it makes loads. Same reason they can't even fight Brock earlier.
Yeah.
If they both think they've got a chance of winning world titles, then.
It's also Paul Hodgson.
I think he was a Lonsdale belt holder.
He also won I think he was WBC featherweight world champion.
Was it? Oh, very nice play.
Defended his title on 4 occasions. Also challenged the WBO one. There's another guy. Andy Holland. Wouldn't really.
I know there was a guy who lost to who your mate brought up, Henry Armstrong. Actually, a guy called Ernie Roderick that I've read about before. He lost a points decision to Henry Armstrong over here, but he was a very good fighter. Well, apparently he beat every contender but for the British welterweight title, but it took him 8 years to get the chance for it. Then he won that at Anfield, and then he went on to fight, obviously, Henry Armstrong, but got beaten. He was supposed to be getting a rematch, but never did.
Chris Foran, he was in the 1930s. He was a British, European, and world champion at bantamweight, I think.
Well, in that case, he was one of the best then, because in the 30s, there's only one title anyway. You know what I mean? You actually had to fight everyone to get there.
Oh, another guy as well, Jimmy Wild, flyweight world champion, 1916.
Nah, he boxed in Liverpool a lot, but he was Welsh, weren't he?
Yeah, Welsh.
Oh, was he? Oh, man.
Yeah. He boxed there a lot, but he was Welsh.
Shall we count Shane Neary, fought Mickey Ward, Andy Holligan, Eamon McGee?
Oh, yeah, Shane Neary started the fighter. Yeah, Callum Smith will be. He's not even based on what he's done so far in his career. He's not in the top 100 boxers purely because he's just not had enough fights. Yeah. And if he ends up as one of the top 10 Liverpool boxers of all time, then he's had a good career.
Yeah, I'll be happy.
Exactly.
Happy. At that point, we can say we'll be happy for him. Good lad. You know what I mean?
But just the thing is, with a lot of these guys as well. Already. Sorry, mate.
Saying that he's the best, he's going to be the best already before he's even had a competitive fight. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Exactly.
And then going off your head when you actually tell them who you think is the best fighter from Liverpool of all time. It's like, it's obvious that the guy didn't even know who the fuck John Cunty was, you know?
Literally, that is the case with these guys. You'll say, what about John Cunty? We'll go, who's he? They'll go, who's John Cunty? Jesus, man.
See, exactly my point. Well, if you don't know who he is, fuck off.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. If you don't know who he is, I dare you to go down to the museum where they've got his world title. You know what I mean? Goodness me. So we'll call it there for the first volume of Casual's Cunty Comments. I hope you enjoyed the segment. We're gonna keep doing this every now and again. You know, when we get a few casuals that really just shouldn't
say
talk.
Stupid shit.
But basically, thanks, Paul. That's the way it is. Don't talk stupidness to us, please. It's just not. There's just no point. You can come with us with knowledge. That's great, and I'm happy.
We'll embrace it.
Yeah, we'll embrace it. If we're wrong, we're wrong. But there's some things that we're not wrong about. And Callum Smith, already being one of the greatest prospects Liverpool's ever produced, better than the likes of John Conte. That's just not true. That's not true. That's just lying.
Stop lying. Just stop lying.
Yeah, Keith Thurman being good enough today to beat Triple G, or just to fight Triple G. Stop lying.
Yeah.
Just stop lying. The worst thing is, you know the worst thing, people actually believe this, and that is worrying.
They go to bed at night believing it, don't they? You know?
That's what's worse. Yeah.
That man on Sky Sports said it. It must be true.
Yeah. Eddie Earn's so knowledgeable.
It's not even just him. It's that knobhead Nick Halling. It's that old fart Jim Watt.
Yeah.
It's just
Ed Robinson. It's
I've
got time.
I don't mind Ed Robinson. I do like him.
No hate for Ed Robinson.
Same with Jamie Moore. It's just at the end of the day trying to keep a job down, aren't they, the boys? It's fair enough, you know. You have to be slightly biased or Sky or sack them.
Toe that line, that's what it is, isn't it? But, you know.
Yeah. Don't mind Johnny.
Just ask Glenn McCrory.
Yeah. He ain't
that's another one before we go. Fucking Johnny Nelson would school Marco Huck even now.
I want to beat him in his fucking prime.
These people have never seen Johnny fight.
Can we do that for the next one? That could be the keystone for the next one.
Yeah, that'll be the start of the next one.
Yeah, we'll do that for the next one. That'll be brilliant.
And let's just keep our fingers crossed that David Hay gets this signed, sealed and delivered, so we'll see him in Liverpool. Whoop!
Yeah.